The Igbo Ekenemon. We must have an honest conversation with ourselves. Before the burial of Ifeanyuba, in every inch where we are here in Anambra State, we are being threatened that heaven is going to let loose. We are going to, bomb, do this, do the other one. But here we are. We didn't run away. We are here, and to the glory of God, the burial has come and gone. But we must tell ourselves the honest truth. Sometimes I am ashamed. And when I say I'm ashamed, I mean every single word of it. By the level of nonsense our brothers actually believe. Before now, during the time of President Muhammadu Buhari, it beats me and beats me silly. I know how many of you who actually insulted me online. Some said intellectual, some said whatever you said, I don't care. But one has been consistent. And in this consistency is that our idiocy has gone to the market square. During the time of Buhari, we hear adults, educated people saying, "Oh, Buhari's ear is split. It's Jubri, El Sudan. It's not the real Buhari. It's the fake Buhari." When I say these things, then I say them as a joke, and some of you take offense because I cannot believe that a human being would actually think in the 21st century that a clone will be governing a country and the international community, with all the global intelligence, will allow them come close and be signing contracts. I mean, come on now. I mean, who do us they serve? Suddenly, you wake up one day here, Ifeanyuba brought to the plane to go and kidnap Mazen Nandekano. Nah, it's your Kodono. I've been holding this back, but the idiocy is legendary. Ifeanyuba is in YPP when Nnamdi Kanu was extraordinary rendition from Kenya. He's not within the APC. He has not met Buhari. He's not in Buhari's party. Buhari, as of that time, had 10 presidential planes in his fleet. The Senate president uses it, the vice president uses it, DSS uses it. You saw Bichi then with his children. Even Buhari's wife, Buhari's children uses private jet. Now, he gets to the point of going to Kenya to extraordinary rendition on Nnamdi Kanu. Then Ifeanyuba will donate his plane. To what end? I am not holding brief for Ifeanyuba, but let me say this. It's not because he's dead now. Many of you do not know. Among all those, with the exception of Engineer Baribe, that have touched the Senate, or maybe during the time of Uchechukwu Merija, maybe Chubo Kadibo, those were intellectual powerhouses. But what I'm about to say is that Ifeanyuba remained true until his death as Igbo that hears and beckons on the call of Onuru Denwanna Abanoso. I am a witness and I have seen where people are stranded in India, faraway India, and he shared them on WhatsApp group. You send it to Ifeanyuba, someone from Imo State. As long as that individual is Igbo, Ifeanyuba does whatever he can to see that that individual comes home. Talk less of somebody who is from Unewi, not even from his clan. He intervenes. How many times have your governors never intervened, but Ifeanyuba will be the one to go, even when there are some demolitions in Lagos, and say to the governor, why is this happening? This. When Ladipo was closed, he was the same person, and you think that the same man will go and extraordinary rendition on Nnamdi Kanu for what? Of what benefit? You can accuse Ifeanyi of many things. One thing that I give him kudos, that I see very few individuals can do, is his love for Igbo. Someone who identifies, if you ever engaged him in a private conversation, some of you won't be saying this arrant nonsense. Oh, we wouldn't, if we bury him here, you go and uproot him and bury him somewhere else and take his body. And, I just look at idiots. Maybe because you're in the diaspora and you just open your camera and just talk arrant nonsense. Because when was the last time some of you actually come to an Igbo? I am here, I am in an Igbo. What's wrong with us? How can we be destroying our fatherland and we are blaming others? Who has ever done it? I've said it to us and I've used this analogy over and over on us. How can you go to an Omunna meeting and you have a quarrel with someone else? You go to your house, you lock your family members and begin to flog them and beat them. The case we have here is a case of, even if you think that Nigeria is marginalizing you, isn't the best thing you do is to make your homeland secure? No. We use our hand to destroy our homeland and we'll go and say, oh, the Fulanese, listen, no matter what anybody tells you, we are here, we'll move around here. I tell you, ihene mente sintenodo. When the masquerade is unveiled, the things behind the masquerade, I am so disappointed, to be honest with you. The other day, a day before Akwe Yoba, 2 days before Akwe Yoba, I think on the 20th, and a day before, and why all this nonsense? Why all this nonsense? How has propaganda and misinformation just destroyed our brain that Ndibo, that we no longer can think? How? I know some of you will go to the comment section here and be talking around nonsense. To be honest with you, it's no longer funny. And the challenge is that some of you who are funding these nothing but terrorism that you are doing in the Southeast, the challenge is that you can't even come home. Because you in Europe and America, coming with your big car, you can no longer move, because that big car, without knowing whether you've been contributing money for so long or whatever, you are a threat to yourself. The car makes it, they see you, they bulugi. You go and pay 20, 30, 40 million before they release you. Yet, it is the monster you created. If you want to prove to us that O'Brien want a mifa, let us backtrack and fight this thing together. Our problem. One name. Kai tu chicken no sisi n'ụzọ kai gbuo no kai kwa no onye ekwe n'ụzọ ga. Ndị Igbo kai bụ anyị nwe uche. Enwe uche. Sadly, what we see, everybody who buys data, that's why some of us don't, rarely broadcast these days, because every Dick and Harry, every idiot buys data with a Chinese phone and talks nonsense. Because you have WhatsApp after talking your nonsense without no content at all you post. I'm angry with us. I had respect for us. But this issue of Ifeanyi Uba's death, once more may he so rest in peace, has exposed us. But there comes a time we need to say the truth. There comes a time we have to talk to ourselves. Hey, when you say anything, hey, go and kill it. Hey, we'll come after you. Come after yourself, I beg. Stop being silly and stupid. So that's how you want to govern yourself. There is not going to be any opposition. There's not going to be dissenting voice. Anybody that does not agree with your views must be killed. See how you destroy the Igbo with your useless and stupid sit-at-homes every Monday. You go into an obscure location, look for vulnerable people, Okada, Keke, our mothers who are struggling in this Tinubu useless regime. Even the little one, they can eke out for themselves. Hey, sit at home. If you don't sit at home, we'll shoot you. Is that how you want to govern? Aren't you worse than Tinubu, Buhari, APC, or whatever? Aren't you worse than the Nigerian government you criticize? If you come out, we'll kill you. Let's all begin to speak against this evil. If not, very soon, if nothing is done, if we do not collectively stop this madness and mess, everywhere will be overrun. Our ancestors is not to run, and we will not run. This is our land. We own it all collectively and together. Let's stop this. Come together. Let us protect our neighbor. 4 or 5 years ago, Igbo was the most peaceful part of Nigeria, the envy of all. A place will come, we'll sit down, we'll take palm wine, we'll take Oba, we'll take Obaka. Suddenly, Igbo becomes, everywhere, kill, shoot, this, that. Mba nono, biko nono, anamayono. Operate eseme, biko no. Operate eseme. Let's step down these things. Suddenly, someone sits down somewhere and says, we're going to have 1 week sit at home. Are people mad? Do you know what it means? To do what? You've been lied to. You contribute money for people to live above their means? I'm honestly, I am so disappointed. I am so disappointed with us. But here we are. We are all still alive. We went for the burial. We all didn't die. Here we are. Nothing happened. So Rapun, Rapun, let's use our sense. Let's not destroy our homeland. Let's not destroy our homeland. Even if others hate you, must you hate yourself? Molako, Molako, Molunako, Molunako, Molunako. Let's stop this mess. Somebody will sit in one room in South Africa or anywhere and say, hey, if you bury Vanyuba, we will shoot everybody. Let's, drop this nonsense. It doesn't help. Soludo has offered amnesty. Kusini rubbish no abia unu ku training na yenyo kunu jemu all crime does not pay. Amorme it was ICC me ha no ana crime does not pay. This is nothing but crime. You can't be fighting for the freedom of your people while you're killing the same people. Mani wonyala isi adoge. Calm down. We can fix our Igbo. Spain, Barcelona, look at how they're on their own. Germany, Bayern, on their own. They've created a state within a state. Even if anything, if you want the Southeast, you can develop it on your own. Do the routes, do these things, look at the data, static sense within the week. Return some data that were so insulting. What has the number of telephone usage? Na Southeast, on any 20 million. Northwest, 64 million. Now, data has no emotion. It doesn't matter about what you think, but this is raw data. You are the one now arguing, do you know how many million people of Igbo that live in Lagos, that live in here? Or they are losing more or they are looking here, you were Bebenda, my Lagos Mobudo Igbo. Fix them here now, kind channel ever, Mali hide you one. Does he ever? When you put it on Zozi, you can't even drive the car you bought with your money. How can you say, hey, they don't treat us good in Lagos? Yet in Lagos, if you buy a Phantom, if you buy a GLK, if you buy a G-Wagon, you drive it in Lagos. You drive it in Port Harcourt. You drive it in Abuja, but you can't drive it in the Southeast, the Benage, and you think you're wise and you're not getting angry? Must you be stupid? Sorry, honestly, I'm really, really angry. At some point, these things has to be said. Asokota eza anye bulu nkatagwe oku ke ha na ko elidi ha. No, the wise. If I knew Benu, if I knew Bana, onwe ha nwoke mmadụ mmele. Ụfọdụ say Koschari saying he has settled with Koschari. Koschari is Johnny away. Even his night of tribute, the Koschari is Johnny away. Rapunu ni share the old video of 2012. Mgbe na Koschari si nwe issue. Mgbe nwe oil subsidy fraud. Huh? Na rapunu nwoke mmadụ nwụrụ na ọnwụgo. Mụ na gị ya anwụ iwu ọchịcha video bịa gbagbuo m. I will die. Malụ na igwe niile jeka n'ụzọ. Onye ọzọ ya gbagbukwa gị nwa. So ijizinu na ejisini gbagbu mmadụ eyi mmadụ egwu. Na ejisini ya eyi mmadụ egwu. Onye ọzọ ya gbagbu gị nwa. Ọ na-akọzi n'ihe a. Dibịa na-aka otoloto bụ ike ya n'elu. But remember, he who shoots by gun dies by gun. But today, mụ na gị ka nwee the opportunity to walk back, retrace our steps. Let us take a lesson from Himelu, Ifeanyi and the Hemena barrier. We can do better. Many of us will tell you, because we can't continue like this. Recall, in the early 80s, Otondo, maybe who no make it alugo ki Otondo me no nature. But one day, Igbo rose up and said, Otondo, enough is enough. Unonda shawoni na nabo hotel that time dinner, Monicha Moboko. Me your word that every one of them in one day was erased down. We got peace. So nothing is new under the sun. But we can all create an enviable environment where you can make money. Live peacefully. Crime does not pay. Crime does not pay. I am Mazes, okay. Peace.
In the heart of the city where stories unfold. Gentle Media TV shining bright and bold. Bringing news from the corners of the globe. Connects us together, no matter the road. Oh, just